Billionaire's Mistress as a Hidden Heiress. A Dark Romance by author Anika.
Chapter 4. Cara and Aries' Connection. This chapter contains mature themes, emotional intensity, and romantic scenes intended for adult readers, 18+. If you are sensitive to such content, please proceed with caution.
Aries held her waist and kissed her lips while Cara remained frozen in his embrace, unable to think clearly. Her mind went blank as she was caught off guard by the stranger's kiss. Aries felt something unusual. The more he wanted to stop kissing her and take her against the wall, the more he found himself unable to resist her soft lips, which felt so perfect against his. "Kiss me back," he demanded, pressing his lips to hers again, and Cara felt butterflies flutter in her stomach. It was her first kiss. His masculine scent of wood and spices enveloped her, overwhelming her senses, but Cara steadied herself and tried to push him away. "You wanna play hard, huh?" Aries smirked, gently nibbling her neck. Cara kept pushing him away, but Aries was too strong. He grabbed her wrists and held them above her head. Cara's eyes widened as she struggled against him. "Leave." She opened her mouth to protest, but Aries quickly silenced her with a passionate kiss, nibbling at her lips. Cara pursed her lips into a straight line, and Aries let out a groan, squeezing her breast. Cara whimpered in pain, parted her lips, and his tongue plunged into her mouth, exploring every corner and sucking her tongue. She tasted alcohol and stopped squirming against him, completely lost in the dreamlike kiss. Aries' phone started ringing in his pocket, but he ignored it. Her conscience struck. Cara attempted to free her wrist once more, testing his patience. Aries snorted, irritated by her attitude, and then turned her toward the wall. His hand traveled down her thighs, yanking her skirt up to her waist, and his cold fingers came dangerously close to her sex. Her breath caught in her throat, and Cara couldn't understand why she wasn't voicing her protest. Aries grasped her throat, pressing his front against her back. She could feel his cock poking between her ass cheeks. "This is what you wanted, huh?" he whispered in her ear, pressing his hips forward, and Cara took a sharp breath. She was scared to death. Her body shivered, and at that moment, she wished for nothing but to escape. Aries' hand moved to the zipper of his pants when his phone started ringing again. Frustrated, he took out his phone to end the call. The mobile screen lit up with Sasha's call, and Aries knit his eyebrows. His eyes traveled to the woman, and his hold on her throat loosened. "Who are you?" he asked, and Cara turned to him. A dim light flashed as someone opened the passage door leading to the alley, and Aries saw her hazel eyes for a fraction of a second before the door closed again. And she definitely wasn't who he had been expecting. Cara quickly fixed her skirt and stepped back. Aries tried to catch her, but she ran to save herself while Aries stood dumbfounded in his place. The sound of her heels clicking faded, and his phone rang for the third time. Tearing his eyes from where the mysterious woman had disappeared, Aries took the call from Sasha. "Aries, where are you?" Sasha asked as he answered. "Where the fuck are you? I told you to follow me." He gritted his teeth and slammed his fist into the wall. "A dumb waitress spilled juice on my dress. I had to clean it up. I can come to you now." "Where are you?" she asked, but Aries ended the call without answering. "Fuck," he groaned, his eyes flicking to the spot where the woman had gone.
Cara ran down the empty road, making sure no one was following her. She took a taxi with the last of her cash and reached her apartment. She was sweating profusely, and her throat went dry. She paid the cabbie and rushed inside the apartment complex. Her hands were shaking as she took out her keys, and they slipped to the floor. "Easy, you're safe," she comforted herself, taking a deep breath, wiping the sweat from her face, and bending down when a hand struck her. A gentleman in a black suit appeared with a charming smile and picked up the keys to return them to her. "You're here again. I've told you I'm not interested in any deal. Get off my back," she shrieked. The man gestured for her to lower her voice, or her neighbors would make a scene. "Just think about it for once," he said. "I'm offering you a great deal." Cara rolled her eyes. "Not interested. My car is very special to me, and no matter what, I'll never agree to this deal," she said firmly. "Come on, you don't even use the car. Can we settle for 3 million? The man tried to negotiate, but Cara declined again. "Why is your boss so interested in my car? Can't he buy any other car? I'm sure big brands roll out expensive cars every week." She raised an eyebrow. The man remained silent. "Anyway, please stop bothering me. I've already got so many things on my plate," she said, opening the door to her apartment. "Good night." Cara slammed the door in his face. She took a deep breath to calm herself and marched to the bathroom, quickly gathering her hair into a messy bun and splashing water on her face. She stood before the mirror, and her gaze fell on the red mark on her neck, a reminder of the passionate kiss. As she reminisced about that first kiss in the dark alley, she could almost taste the faint hint of cigarettes on the stranger's lips. "It was a mistake. It doesn't really count as my first kiss," she said to her reflection. After changing into comfortable pajamas and a plain, baggy t-shirt, she left the bathroom and crashed onto her bed. Although she was very tired, flashes of kisses kept interrupting her thoughts. The way his brawny arms had snaked around her waist, her breast pressing against his hard chest, the demanding kiss forcing her to submit, his giant hand squeezing her bosom, his cold finger tracing the inside of her thighs. Nothing was right, yet it all seemed perfect. Cara closed her eyes, everything looping in her dreams, while on the other hand, Aries couldn't get her out of his mind. Those hazel eyes were all he could think about.
Sasha moaned as he plunged deeper into her from behind, and Aries groaned. This was their 5th round, yet he still felt insatiable. He closed his eyes, imagining the soft lips and those hazel eyes wrapped around his cock. A guttural groan escaped his throat as he filled the condom and slowly slipped out of her. He disposed of it and lay down beside Sasha. "Wow, that was something else," she said with a smile as Aries kept his eyes closed, trying to calm himself. He had thought sex would help take his mind off those hazel eyes, but it had only intensified his desire for her. The insatiable fire Cara had ignited in him hadn't faded even after 5 rounds of sex. All he could think about while being with Sasha was the kiss in the dark alley. Sasha rested her head on his arm and scooted closer. "Why are you so stressed?" she asked, her slender finger tracing his jaw. Aries abruptly sat up in bed, and Sasha's eyes widened. "What's wrong?" she asked. He didn't answer. All he wanted was to breathe in fresh air. He put his clothes back on while Sasha watched from the bed. "Are you not staying the night?" she asked. Aries buttoned his shirt and slipped on his shoes. "Thanks for the night," he said before leaving her apartment. The chauffeur opened the backseat door, and Aries got in. As the car roared to life, he rolled down the window. A gentle breeze brushed against his face as he inhaled deeply. Closing his eyes, the scene replayed in his mind. It was just a damn kiss. Why am I so overwhelmed by it? He thought angrily. Why are those hazel eyes all I can think about? And what did I see in them in that flash of light? Fear, sadness, helplessness, what was it? How did this girl wreak such havoc with just a kiss? Aries groaned at his own thoughts. The chauffeur stopped the car, and Aries stepped out. He was walking along the bridge when his phone rang. It was one of the men he had assigned an important task to. "Any development?" Aries asked. "I'm sorry, sir, but the woman refused the deal again," the man replied from the other end, and Aries gritted his teeth. "I'm done playing nice. I want the damn car at any cost. Just do it, Mike. I'm losing patience."
Chapter 4 ends.
In the next chapter, the kiss he can't forget begins to haunt his every thought. A memory meant to fade slowly turns into a dangerous obsession. While he struggles to regain control, fate is already guiding their paths back together. And when they meet again, she won't be someone he's allowed to want. If you want to know what happens next, continue to Chapter 5, link waiting in the description box.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this chapter, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming chapters.